When they say she get it from her mama, I'ma say you got it right. Body with a scum polite. Don't be in the humble type. Tell me, is you down? Cause I'm tryna go good tonight. Hoes ain't hoochies left and right. I just wanna live in a fantasy.
Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Tatiana, and today I'm back with another video. Before we get this video started, you guys, make sure you go subscribe, turn on the notifications, and give this video a big thumbs up and smash that like button. So by the title of this video, you guys know that I am back with a video just basically explaining that it is a new year, okay, which means it's a new me, but not quite a new me. I would just say a better me. I want to share 10 things with you guys that I personally want to get better at, or 10 things that I want to accomplish in the year of 2025. But before we get into this video, you guys know I gotta hit you with the verse of the day. So the verse of the day is coming to you guys from Matthew chapter 5, verse 43 and 44, and it says, "You have heard that it was said, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you." And I feel like that just goes against everything that society tells you. Society will tell you not to forgive people, to cut people off, to treat people how they treat you. Give them the same energy that they give you. But that's literally opposite of what it says in the Bible. God says even more that we're supposed to love people who hate us. Like, we're supposed to love people who make us feel like they do us no good. We're supposed to love people who are hard to love. It's actually something that he commands us to do, right? So with that being said, try to find somebody in your heart who might be difficult. Try to find somebody in your heart who might be stubborn. Try to find somebody who you feel like you want to cut off, and just find ways to love on them. And the highest form of love, y'all, did you know, is praying for somebody. So even if you have to love people from a distance, just have forgiveness in your heart toward that person, but still pray that they just become the person that God intended for them to be. That's what he calls us to do, y'all. So you know what I always say, God is amazing. Get some Jesus in your life. But I felt like this was the perfect video to do at the top of the year, because it kind of just sets the tone, right? Like, when you speak into the atmosphere, the things that you want for yourself going into the new year, hell, going into a new month, going into a new week, it's kind of like you're setting the tone for the expectations that you have for yourself. Like, you're putting it out in God's universe and God's atmosphere. Like, Lord, this is what I need for you to do for me, or this is what I would love for you to help me with. Like, these are the plans that I have for myself, and if they're in alignment with your will for my life, let them be so. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the first thing that I wrote down was to be more disciplined financially. I basically want to have a budget and not necessarily like deprive myself of the things that I want. And so I want to be more intentional. That's literally my word for 2025, is intentional. I want to be more intentional with how I budget. So if I set a budget and say, like, for me, my biggest thing is not necessarily shopping, but it's spending money on eating out. When I got food at home, when I have food inside the refrigerator, when I can go grocery shopping and actually like make my own food at home, I want to be better at budgeting. So I can say, okay, like, my budget for this month to spend on money on food is gonna be $100. And I actually track every single time I spend money on food, so that I know you spent $100 already, you're getting close to your $100 limit, you're not even close to your $100 limit, you have a little bit more money to play with. Like, I just want to be better disciplined, as well as when I receive money, I want to have better discipline on tithing, so that God can bless me the way he wants to bless me. The second thing that I wrote down is just being more organized. And when I say organized, we'll start with time, right? So like, as a mom, especially as a mom of multiples, you really have to work on getting yourself and your kids ready ahead of time, so that you're not always late. And in my experience, I tend to either be late somewhere or not there at the time that I really wanted to make it there. So I'm just gonna be working on being better organized with my time. I also wanna be organized as far as having like a weekly calendar, so that I can actually write down the things that I can expect. I've been better at that as of lately, just having a calendar like physically where I write stuff on my whiteboard, but I want to have like my actual journal calendar where I actually open it up at the start of the week. So every Sunday I'm writing out, these are the things that I'm going to do for the week, like this is the food that I'm going to cook for the week, these are the outfits that the girls are going to wear for the week to school. Like I just want to have better organization for my life, because the more you're organized, the more smooth things just go. Speaking of organization, the next thing, which would be the third thing that I really want to improve, is just being more consistent. My favorite saying with consistency is that consistency beats talent any day. So it doesn't matter how much experience you have, it doesn't matter your background. The only thing that really matters is the consistency, the work that you put in, how many times you continuously do something over and over and over again until you see what it is that you showed up for. So like this year, I really want to 10x my consistency so that I actually can reach the goals that I want to reach as a content creator. Like my YouTube subscriber goals, I really want to hit 10K this year, and beyond that, I really want to start growing my Instagram more intentionally. And I know that with doing all of those things, I have to be more consistent, especially as a brand influencer. Like brands want to see me actually posting. They actually want to see me on my page showing up to be able to see what opportunities that they offer me. So that's going to come with consistency. I really want for my consistency and my determination to match the hunger that I have for the things that I say that I want. That I don't want to get better at, well, get better, but actually start doing, because I really have never done this before, is I want to take myself on dates. I really want to go on solo dates this year, whether it's taking one solo trip. I did do that last year in my LA vlog when I went for a content creator event. So if you haven't seen that vlog, definitely make sure that you go check that out, when I spent 24 hours in LA. But I want to go on a solo trip this year where I actually stay overnight, or like stay for a weekend. I want to start doing local solo dates where I actually write out dates that I can go on by myself, put them in a jar, and maybe like we'll start once a month, or maybe like once every other month, just depending on like finances, because again, I'm working on budgeting, depending on what the girls and things have to do. And I guess here I am already making excuses for what it is that I said that I want. I'm putting everybody else into thought except for myself in this moment. I am going to, in 2025, actually take myself on more dates, and it will be at least one date a month. I have to be better at thinking, like the thought process of what it is that I'm saying, because it doesn't necessarily cost money to go on a date. And I had to catch myself when I was saying that. It could be a free date. It can be making myself lunch and packing up like this cute little picnic and going out to the park and just having a date with me and God for an hour. You know, like it can be journaling. I'm gonna figure it out though. I'm gonna figure out some dates that I wanna do. I'm gonna write out 12 dates, because if I do one date every month, there's 12 months in the year. So I'll write out 12 dates and we'll just see how far we get. But I do want to be better at having like personal care time, just putting more care into myself, like finding the things that make me feel happy, finding the things as a woman that make me feel fulfilled, and just being more intentional with pouring into myself. That's definitely something that I want to get better at this year. So the next thing that I really want to get better at in 2025 are my health goals and my eating habits. So I feel like I am pretty locked in with the gym. I mean, on a good week, I'm at the gym anywhere from 4 to 7 days a week. Sunday, I most likely will skip. Unless I already skipped a day during the week, then I'll probably go on Sunday. But on a bad week, which is still a good week, is going to the gym about 2 to 3 times a week. But I really want to be better on my eating habits and like my protein intake. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like you can go to the gym 24/7, you can work out, like you can get it in, but if you're not eating right and your eating is super poor, which mine is not super poor, I just feel like I could make better choices, then the work that you put in the gym is literally gonna be for nothing. And they say like eating is, I think they said like 80%. I don't want to lose weight. I really just want to tone up, and I know that eating is going to be a huge part of that. I also want to make sure that I'm drinking the required amount of water a day, because water also helps with your skin and it just helps to make sure that your body is regulating the way that it's supposed to. I want to make sure that I'm getting anywhere from 6 to 8 hours of sleep every night, because that also plays a part in your weight loss journey. If you are trying to lose weight, or if you're just trying to accomplish a certain thing in your body, sleep matters. And so I want to make sure that I'm getting the best sleep, I'm putting some of the best things in my body, I'm getting the good proteins in, and I'm leaving out the bad fats that don't need to be in my body, so that I'm able to accomplish my version of my dream body in 2025. I think we are on number 6. Again, this is in no specific order, but another thing that I really want to get better at in 2025 and accomplish is being intentional about getting closer to God and actually growing in my word. I feel like as the years have gone by, I have transformed my mindset a lot, and I can only give thanks to God, but I know that I can go so much deeper. I know I can be so much more intentional with not just praying, with not just reading the Bible, but actually having Bible study and actually intentionally trying to understand deeper what the Bible is saying, and like what God intended for us while we're here on earth, and how I am intentionally, again, there goes that word intentional, how I can apply what it is that I'm reading to life, because it can be so easy, so easy to, you know, pray and thank God and worship and all the things when everything is going great. But when you feel like you're in a storm, when you feel like the world is just caving in on you, when you feel like you're by yourself, like when you feel like all the weapons that God said would not prosper, they form it and they seem like they're prospering too, when it feels like the battle is very much yours, okay? And you need God to come through real quick, and it seems like nothing is working for you, that's the times when you're really needed to apply his word the most. And so that's really what I want to work on, like the most out of everything, is being able to apply God's word in the time that I really need it, so that when times are tough, I can just be strong like an anchor, and life don't be knocking me from left to right and up and down, because girl, life be having hands sometimes and I really feel like I can't keep up, but God is bigger. So we are on number 7. The 7th thing that I really want to get better at this year in 2025 is celebrating all wins, because even a small win is a win. Even taking one step closer to your goal is still getting one step closer to your goal. And I think sometimes, like, if we are not moving the mark tremendously, or like if we're not making like these big splashes in the pool of goals that we have, we feel like we're not doing anything. But one of the things that I'm just going to be very intentional with is, if I wake up in the morning at 5:30 instead of 5 o'clock, girl, I'm patting myself on the back, because at least I woke up an hour and a half earlier than I have to wake up my kids. Like, if I get out of the house 10 minutes earlier than I normally do and get my kids to school 10 minutes before school started, I'm patting myself on the back, because at least that they could have been 10 minutes late, right? So we are patting ourselves on the back for all of our small wins. If I have laundry and dishes and I still need to clean the house, but I got to the laundry and the cleaning, but I didn't do the dishes, girl, I'm still gonna pat myself on the back, because at least 2 out of the 3 things got done. Like, we have to start celebrating wins and showing ourselves like a little bit of grace, and actually being thankful for the things that we do accomplish, for the things that God does allow for us to get done, and not being so down and out about the little things that we don't do. Like, celebrate all wins in 2025. That way you can look back and be like, dang, I did this and that and this and that, and I made this happen and that happen, and we're not focused so much on the things that we didn't. Number 8, I want to be better in 2025 about being a softer mom, okay? I am one of those moms who really likes to practice gentle parenting. Scratch that. I won't say like, because sometimes it's real difficult to be gentle with kids when you feel like the kids are not being gentle with you. But I really want to work on just being different than what it is that I had. Like, I want to work on being the mom who continuously apologizes whether my kids express themselves to me or I just feel like I did too much. Like, I want to be one of those moms who, even when I get frustrated, I'm able to control my emotions and keep my voice leveled, okay? Keep my voice at a tone where they don't feel down because my voice is getting too loud, or they don't feel discouraged. I want to be the mom who always has an open door policy. When my kids have something to say to me, I don't shut them down and make them feel like they can't talk because they're kids. I want to be the mom that lets my kids know that they are respected. I want to be the mom who does not provoke my children. Like, I want to be everything for my kids that I did not have. And sometimes it's hard when you're trying to be something different, like you're trying to give something that was not given to you. But for me, I just feel like I like to think about myself as a little girl, and even think about myself as an adult. Like, I can take care of some of the things that I still have to deal with. Therapy is great. By the way, therapy is great if you feel like you're trying to heal from childhood traumas, or even if you feel like you are still dealing with those traumas as an adult from your childhood. Therapy is great, okay? Prayer is amazing. Prayer is up here, but therapy is like right here, okay? God gives us resources on earth for a reason, okay? Just had to throw that in there. But I just want to be everything for my kids that I feel like I did not have. And sometimes I just be yelling. Like, I'm a yelling mom. I yell. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I am that mom that yells at my kids, because sometimes I feel like it takes me 3 or 4 times to say something. And even though I shouldn't have to do that, I still should be able to be regulated in my tone even on the 5th time. So being a softer mom in 2025, or just being a soft mom, period, not soft, being a gentler mom in 2025 is what I'm working on. Hi.
Hi.
You're gonna join me?
Yes.
Okay. Here you go. So we have a guest. Kari is here. As I talk about being a mom, she pops up. So number 9, I really want to work on dreaming bigger and unapologetically shooting my shot. And this basically comes from a standpoint of me wanting to choose being a content creator as my full-time career. And although I am getting ready to start school, by the time you guys see this video, I won't be in school yet. I will be in school actually a couple of days after this video. But still, as a content creator, and going to school for business, I want to focus more on dreaming bigger and shooting for those brands that I feel like wouldn't necessarily look for little old me. This year, I really want to take content creation to a whole nother level. I really want to work with brands who I might have been scared to reach out to in the past because I feel like my following is not that big, or I want to like network with other people, like other content creators. As a business owner, I want to shoot my shot and unapologetically promote myself more this year. Like, I just want to be loud and proud about me and what it is that I have to offer and what it is that I bring to the table, whether that's promoting my own brand with Hefe Dreams, or pitching brands and giving my media kits and giving my UGC portfolios and being like, look, this is what I have to offer. Like, this is what I bring to the table. This is my price. Like, today's price might not be yesterday's price. Like, I just want to be unapologetic about what it is that I bring to the table and loud about what it is that I offer, and just shoot my shot and dream big, because I know that I'm worth it. Like, my ask is not going to be small because I'm afraid of them saying no. Like, what is the saying? Like, shoot for the moon and you're bound to land on the stars. Like, that's just how I'm moving this year with the career path that I choose, because if you're scared, like, you're never gonna get anywhere based off fear, and God does not give us the spirit of fear. So I'm just having an expectant heart that this year I'm gonna be taken to a whole nother level. Like, my kids, as many creators, they're gonna be taking their, content creation skills and career to a whole nother level. Like, I just feel like so much is going to come from me making that choice to say yes to bigger, yes to more, yes to being unapologetic for myself and everybody connected to me. And that's just what I'm claiming for 2025. And the last thing that I wrote down that I want to get better at in 2025 is choosing myself unapologetically. I feel like I am still, so I'm in the recovery process, I would say, of being a people pleaser. There's been times where I've said yes to things that I did not want, where I have agreed with people for the sake of just trying to keep the peace and not having things be awkward for myself. There's been times where I have went places that I did not want to go. There's been times where I have maybe chosen my kids over myself when in that moment I really just needed to choose me so I could be my best self for them. There's been times where I might have, you know, chosen friendships or relationships, or even chosen my husband in the times where I really needed to choose myself. There's been times where I have put myself on the back burner, and I've given and I've given and I've given, no matter what area it is or no matter to who it is. There's been times where I've broken boundaries, and in return that was breaking the boundaries that I've had for myself and disrespecting myself. And I just feel like this year I'm choosing me, because if my cup is not filled up to what I need it to be, there's no way that I can pour and give to somebody else. And I don't know who this is for, but in order for you to give to somebody else, you have to be spilling over with something to give. Because if your cup is not being poured back into, you're just gonna keep giving and giving and giving and giving until you have nothing. And eventually it gets to the point to where you have nothing, and now you're depleted. Like, now you feel like you're ready to snap. Now you feel like you're not worth anything. Like, now you feel like you have nothing to even give yourself, because you've given so much. No matter what area or what it is that you've given so much, and you've let yourself down so much so that you have nothing to give to yourself. So this year, I'm not doing that. This year, I come first, and I don't think that it is selfish to put yourself first. I think that it's actually necessary, because the more you love yourself, the better that you're able to love others. The better you treat yourself, the better you're able to treat others. And that's just how I'm choosing to see it this year. So that is going to be it for this video, you guys. Those are the 15 things that I really want to improve / get better on / achieve in 2025. I want for you guys right now to comment below 1 or 2 things that you really want to achieve, accomplish, or get better at in 2025. And let's just touch and agree, okay, virtually. Yes, do your hands like this. I need you to give me some high fives, okay? Bring it in. Bring it in. This is us touching and agreeing that we are going to try our best and give our all. We are committing to all the things, whether it's 10 things or 2 things that you drop in the comments. We're committing ourselves to being better at something or multiple things this year, because we want to have something to celebrate and look back on in December, which is, y'all, look, I know we thought we had so much time in 2024. We thought we had so much time until the year says, zoom. Okay? We would love to say it's only January, but I can guarantee you December of 2025 is probably going to be here a lot quicker than we know it. We just want to look back in December on the 31st, okay, in 2025 and say, you know what? I did that. Check. I got better at that. Check. I accomplished this. Check. I don't know about y'all, but I definitely do. Okay, so that's gonna be the end of this video. I am going to start posting y'all twice a week, and I'm so excited about it. So you guys can expect to see a video from me Thursdays and Sundays at 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time is when I post. It'll be 8 o'clock for you, whenever that is, but 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is when I will be posting on Thursdays and Sundays. So make sure you guys subscribe, go turn on the notifications, and give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.